What's the difference here? Biomass? Yeah, this one. This is the one late game that we will upgrade to, right? That's the one. That's the one that I would do. 29. Again, it's a 3 allo difference. It is a 3 allo difference between adding 10 blood meal and not adding blood meal. A 3 allo difference and 10 manure. So 10 manure and 10 blood meal difference between these two recipes. For a whole 3 allo. Yeah, no, this one. This is the one. In the late game. This recipe I think will unlock at Purple Science. And of course I would need to have a growth factor build. Hey, that's gonna be fun. And also I am currently ignoring the aloe fruit that I also need. And aloe fruit have a very similar problem in that I am not going to be spending blood meal on them. No. We are not spending blood meal on them. And they should have an identical recipe that is this one. Right here. This one. Purple Science next stream? No. Not a chance. Not a chance. So they're the combined Yotoi build. Well, would you look at that? That's it's a number that's greater than 100. That's 111. Yotoi Aloe Orchards. You know, just casually 111 orchards of Yotoi for this. Yeah, we are very far away from Purple Science. This is not like the pre-Alien Life world. This is not like the pre-Alien Life world where we could just basically go from blue to purple by doing one exact thing. Just immediately be at purple. Yeah, now there's a pretty big gatekeeper for purple. Yeah, it's like going to blue now from your basic science. It's a pretty big gap. So we go from 5 modules to 6 whole modules. "12 is empty." Hey, 12. You're going to be these things known as Yotoi, bajillions of them. So we go from 5 to 6. From 5 to 6. So, yeah. That, I mean, it is a number lower than previously, so I guess we can go with that. We can also default these things. So there's the Yotoi. By the way, there's the Yotoi build. It's a little bit of ash. This requires a little bit of ash to complete it. I need to note that it's 1875 on the leaves. I'm gonna have to like copy this and put it in other Hellmod production blocks before I really start breaking this down, because this is impacting all of this stuff up here as well at the moment. So yeah, these things. This is stuff. That's also not an insignificant amount of manure. And then there was formic acid. And then there was the formic acid. So, Formic acid, under normal circumstances, is made out of iron and copper and CO2. That is a bit of iron and copper. That is a bit. That is 7.5 each. Just, half a yellow belt each, plus whatever I need to get that CO2. In the alternative, we have access to this recipe from Vrauk. And Vrauk, I can do any number of recipes, but I can do this recipe. Which, it's a few. It's a few. Okay? It's a few. Few of these Paddocks Mark 1. There is a Mark 2 that has one whole extra module for the Vrauk, so nah. What was the food again for Vrauk? And then, of course, avoid the bedding, because that would be just like, nah. Just like avoid the bedding, because like, nah. It's like we're trying to make bedding here, not have to make way more than that. Yeah, just look at all the building counts begin to bloat just by having this thing that uses one bedding. No. And then quality food that it's like, oh hey, look, more Corlex, more fish too. That's power. Guts somehow from something. Oh, more Grod, more Relesia, biosamples. Yeah, no, that's not gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a thing. So this, very basic Vrauks, would be the one to use. Do I have Vrauk? I do have a Vrauk set up. Do that. 251 Mark II Vrauk Paddocks. Hey. Now, Vrauk. Let me see here for the Vrauk. Is that's Vrauk. Okay. I think I have the Vrauk Mark II. Yes, I do. Narrow processors, huh? Sure. Whatever. Fine. Here, have some stuffs. I'm sure I have some narrow processors at this point because my limitation is blue science, not pie science. My limitation is circuits. So those will move. So, Vrauk. I need uncaged Vrauk, so that I can see that there is this breeding program. And that is it. Ah. We have the unknown key. Recipe name, Vrauk Mark II Breeder. So we do have the breeding program recipes. Although, let's see here. So we will take 50 cocoons with 2 food, which will require me to make some cellulose, which I can make that. That's fine. Let's see, Valgi. I've got access to these things. I can do that. So I could start the Vrauk upgrading process to get this to happen. Once this happens twice, we are slaughtering the Vrauks, but I'm not going to look into growing from cocoons. No, Sounds like a terrible idea. That sounds like a very expensive, very complicated idea that I'm trying to do in a very, very simple build. Ish. Simple-ish build. Let's see, so... Bedding! Good thing we have a little bit of that at the moment. Sea sponges! Good thing we built this. And then the Mark IIs. That'll give some amount, average 5.5, of the Mark II cocoons, as well as, on average, fewer than what you started with of the things. 1.98 Rock Mark IIs, with 5.5 of those. 8 of those. 8 of those, with 1 of those, I will give you 1 and 0.95 of 1. Huh. Well, I need to know the ranges, because the averages... Yeah, 5.5. I can see you getting screwed here. On occasion. I can see you getting unlucky. And not having this give you 2 back. But I don't know what this range is, this 1.980. I don't know what that full range is. Same with the actual cocoons. I don't know what the actual full range is on here. Because it doesn't look like it is a 1 to 2. But Route Cocoon... Alright, well, if we look at raising the cocoons for caged Vrauk with these things, I'm not, no. Just, no. And that's all you get. By the way. Like, that's the only recipe of raising Vrauk from cocoons that I have access to. The next one's not until growth hormones, and this will only give me 1 from a cocoon while spending these. So, no, that is not a thing that I will do. No, it would be here. Alright, Min 4, Max 7 on the Mark II cocoons. And then... Vrauk Mark II amount to probability 0.99. So there is a 1% chance to lose both of your input Vrauk Mark IIs. So there is a 1% chance you lose both of them. But, of course, 99% of the time, you'll be able to make another 4 to 7. Alright, fine. That should work. That should be a net positive, I guess. I would hope. And pray and think. But yeah, this is not just water. Should be another using just water. No, it's Vrauk Cocoon plus cage plus codex plus DNA sample plus water to give you 1 caged. That's the recipe to give you the cocoon to the caged. At the start. Then you can add growth factor and resveratrol and fetal serum to then get 3 for 1. That's all there is for Vrauk. I'm sure there are similar things on other stuff. Yes, it is positive unless you are really, really, really unlucky. Don't put it past the game to be really, really, really unlucky. For some people. Don't put it past the game to serve incredibly poor luck. So I think I'm done-ish on the planning. It's now down to execution, I think. So I want to, of course, separate all these things out. I'm going to copy, go to new thing, and then paste, and get rid of anything that isn't Grod. We'll, of course, begin with the easier thing, which is the Grod. How much Grod? Dried Grod. We need at least 3.75. That is the bare minimum of 3.75. I think maybe we want more than that planned out. More than this 3.37 planned out of the actual Grod. So let's say that I want, of course, the 3.75. Let's say I actually want 7 of the dried Grod, but then I also want an additional 5 of the Grod itself for whatever other things like food that might want Grod or its seeds for some reason. Assisted embryology unlocks Vrauk's maturation. Well, I'm telling you, if that's a thing that exists, it should be listed in the, what is it really used for? Because I have assisted embryology. That I have, and we have a Vrauk cocoon. This is making 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 a Vrauk cocoon. And this is making a caged Vrauk out of cage, codex, and samples. It exists here. Hey, that's the exact one I showed you. Well, it was rebalanced when next release. That, yeah, so it's not here now. Unless I need to do a reset. And then I go back and I do assisted embryology and I look at it now. No, still stuff. Next release with the bees! With the bees. Yes, the bees. The bees are coming. The bees are coming to give you oil. Literally to give you oil. Crude oil. Hydrocarbons. They're here to give you hydrocarbons. Yay! I thought it would be bioreserves, but no, it's hydrocarbons. Oil sands, yes, the replacement to the oil sands. That is the one thing. The one thing that no one ever did anyway. Cough, cough. I'll actually probably do the bees to get bitumen. I might actually do the bees to get bitumen. I have not done oil sands outside of the video that I did about how to do oil sands. Outside of the tutorial I did to do oil sands, to process oil sands, I have not done it in an actual playthrough. So that's the thing that we will be building. We have 10 more minutes, so I guess it's time to start thinking about this. I'm not going to plan out the Mark II modules for the moment, I'll leave it at 40 times 6. Let's see. You are... What now? You want seeds. As well as Grod. Okay. So... Yeah, that's why it's not moving. At all. Yeah, Grod. Glorious Grod. Grod. So how much? 40 times 6. What is 40 times 6? 240. So that is 5. There we go. That is sufficient amounts of Grod for the build. In fact, I'm just gonna hit this beautiful button called Summary. Come on, autosave. Oh, but you see, you can make uranium without having any. Didn't you know that you can make uranium ore out of nothing? You can totally make uranium ore. Out of gold. You can totally make uranium ore out of gold and proton donors. And of course, you can make your gold out of silver and proton donors. And of course, you can make your silver out of copper and proton donors. So yes, you can totally convert copper to uranium ore. There's the way to go if you don't have uranium ore on your map. Or, yes, tiny amounts will come from rare earth processing, as well as rocks. Uranium rocks are fantastic and a better way of getting uranium ore, because the rocks consume gasoline versus the mining of the uranium requiring sulfuric acid. So gasoline being the easier of the things to make. Oh, by the way, yeah. So I've sort of got a build. I'm apparently missing one Vrauk down here that I've never noticed. I was missing one Vrauk, but yeah, I've got a build. I've got a build for Vrauk that makes cocoons that can be placed anywhere. Alright, you. That should function. On the assumption that you actually have the Grod Mark 1. I have to find it now. Grod. Grod 1. And Grod 2. Huzzah! Eventually, we'll get there. Eventually, we'll get there. Alright. Next. Summary. You there. Do I need anything else outside of just the 40 Grod swamps? The evaporators. So, 4 stacks of swamps. How you doing? 3! And the stack of evaporators. Evaporators I have right here. Hello, evaporators. And that's it. I have everything else for this Grod build. Even the regenerative heat exchangers and the stone bricks that I'll need and all that sort of stuff. So, yay, things. stuffs. I have the things. We can get to work on this build now. This build will not require a train input unless I say, hey, let's just have a train input of something like, I don't know, tar. Of something like tar. That might be ideal. Oh, hey, we have just now officially emptied the chest of sugar from the raw fiber build that we just finished, wherever the heck that is up here. Our raw fiber build is now flowing. We've got 45,000 each of raw fiber in here. Where am I going to build this? Always the perpetual question. Where? Where will this live? It will live somewhere. Of that I am certain. Here. It will live here. Sure. Why not? Up here. Next to this diamond intersection. We'll head up there before realizing that I've left something behind of great importance. Something of great importance. I'm sure I have something of great importance that I'm leaving behind, but oh well. We're running out here and then setting up the train station. I do have rails, so that I can do. Oh, yeah, it would be probably nice to have some extra belt. But yeah, because I'm probably going to run out of belt in this particular build. That'll be the one thing that runs out first. As I reposition myself. Up, up, and away we go. Break the rocks, destroy the things! This is going to be the furthest away I think I'm building from the mall as well, so that'll be interesting. We're almost there. By the way, we have almost arrived. Welcome! We have arrived. I need to make sure that I get these power poles placed. And then verify that, yes, I do have energy. Come on, you. Did you really make the food give an acceleration bonus? Did you really make the food give an acceleration bonus as well? Because that might actually make me want to do the Dingrit food. Let's see. Yeah, you totally ate Dingrit food. By the way, Crawdad eats Dingrit food. In case you didn't know, Crawdads are Dingrits in disguise. Alright, let's get all of these power poles placed. Thank you kindly. Hey, finally, we've got all the power poles. Is that all of the power poles? That is legit almost all of the power poles, for the one small exception out here, but either way, there's still a line of power. So, all the main parts of the line now have their power poles. No big gaps anywhere. Okay. We are here. And it is officially time to end the stream. But we're going to do one thing before ending the stream, and that will be to get a straight rail segment placed there with the train station placed there. So congratulations, that's the train station. Hallelujah, right? It needs one extra thing because this is going to offload two things with 0 inputs. So in the end, it's more like that. With signals, proper signals placed there, there, and there. Yeah, that works. Did you know that you can place signals on ghosted train tracks? Oh boy, I have just learned this thing just now by trying to do so. Just now I have learned this thing. And that, as they say, is that. I just need to, like, rename these stations to something else. Something else so that we don't get trains here trying to do things. And with that, this is going to be our station for Grod. We've got this will be Grod. Hallelujah. We have a thing that will be for Grod. I'm gonna stick that there, stick that there, and then go all the way up to provide some amounts of power to the things, and we're good! We're good. That will be that. And with that, what have we gotten done today? Oh boy, so today I finished the raw fiber build. The raw fiber build is now complete. Went from beginning to end, essentially. After having done the train station last time, the actual physical building of it. Did this thing. We've got non-zero amounts of raw fiber being made right now. Excellent amounts of raw fiber. Copy it times 100. Yes, that's probably going to be required going forward. Is I need to scale now. I need to scale even more. Even more stuff must happen going forward. And we also started the day by updating the Ulrich build, which still looks like I need even more thingies. But until you realize that this is backed up all the way to here. And then, yeah. So, the Ulrich has been updated. Our massive spire of Ulrich, it continues to exist. It's a little shorter now than what it was, due to the updates. So, fixed that, did the fiber, and then planned out Grod and Yotoi, and I guess also Vrauk. Grod, Yotoi, and Vrauk have been planned for eventually making lots and lots and lots of bedding that will get used heavily for cotton guts in particular. And then once I have the cotton guts, it's into Arthurians, and then once I have the Arthurians, I have basically everything else after that. Did I look into cubs? No. I haven't looked into anything involving growing cubs or any of that nonsense, so Yeah. Anyhoozle, when we come back next time, I will work on setting up the Grod, which is the easier, not as large of the builds. So this will be making excess amounts of stuff. I want to make that clear as well. I have planned out excess dried and regular Grod from this build going forward. So even though this may not seem like a lot in and of itself, and I've got these 40 Grod, only 40 Mark 1 Grod here, quote unquote, only 40. It's more than what we need. Excess will be used in other things later. Don't know yet what it'll be used for. The other builds will be bigger than this and will only make what I need for the bedding. So, yeah, there's that. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyandon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyandon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. I will, of course, be back on Tuesday to complete this Grod build and see what else I can get done on top of the Grod build. Thank you so much for the follow, and I will see you all then.